Hi, I'm Chris Berman. Ahead on ESPN, welcome to Week 6 action in the National Football League. You might think you know who the big teams are this year, but there are a few October surprises out there to watch out for. New York, Washington, now! Watch out.
Crowds of tailgaters arriving early this morning. These fans are primed and ready for the game. Hello, folks. I'm Dan Stevens, and greetings from Washington Field. Standing beside me is my right-hand man, Mr. Peter O'Keefe. And, Peter, we have a whole bunch of good receivers down there.
You're not kidding, Dan. Both of these teams have a receiving core that can spread the field and make big plays.
The Redskins have a group of receivers with a great mix of talent. They make it awfully tough for defensive secondaries because they're just such a well-rounded, talented bunch. The Giants also have a talented cadre of receivers. On any given day, any one of these guys can be the hero, and defenses are really challenged because you just can't focus in on one guy. Both of these groups have a chance to shine. The question is, which one?
And we're set. Graham kicks it, and we are underway. Betts decides to take it out of the end zone. Brought down at the 21. We've got a quick this first play of the drive at their own 21-yard line. Portis gets past the line and rambles for about 5. Stevens throws a heater right sideline, and the reception is made past the markers. Freeman hauls it in right side and is looking for more. 25, 10, and he's in for the touchdown.
Reels in the catch despite being covered by two defenders. Dan, I guess you just can't be intimidated. Check this out. Oh, yeah, it's all about being focused. He had his eye on the ball the whole time and knew where he had to be.
He gets the TD, and Manning just rifles this one, and it's complete at the 22. Tackled at the 20.
With another big stand.
Manning fires this one over the middle, and it's tipped. Incomplete. That will bring up. Robbins gets the sack way back at the 33.
Last few downs for these guys.
Third down, 3 wideouts in the game. Stevens throws a heater right sideline, and it's off. What happens here? They'll start at their 33-yard line. Barber bulldozes right of center and picks up a couple. Barber gets the call again and heads left. Tackled at the 40. Manning rifles it out left side, and they convert on third down. Harrington tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. Down, one man back. Manning throws a bullet, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
LeVar Harrington.
Noble sacks him way back at the 44. Hunt takes the snap and pummels this one deep.
Yeah, man.
At their own 4-yard line. Portis gains 5 on the play, and that... Portis gets the call again and heads wide right, breaks a tackle, eventually runs out at the 33.
You got to guess a direction in that situation, and he guessed right. That's instincts.
Stevens unloads this one to the left, and it's complete for a first down and a whole lot more. Portis picks up about 2, and that brings up a third down.
Third and long, too, Dan. Big play coming up.
Third down, and this is the 7th play of the drive. Brought down at the 42.
Adams knows he doesn't have a shot at it unless he jumps for it. And, man, he timed it perfectly. Could give his receivers a few tips about midline.
Manning zings it to the right side, and it's caught at the 48. Tackled at the 48. Barber picks up a yard on the play, and that brings up first. Barber takes it for his 5th carry and takes it upfield. No one in front of him. 15, 5, and touchdown.
Tiki Barber sticks close to his blockers here, and it pays off.
Peter, that will put a touchdown in his stat column. Here's the point after, and embarrassingly, he misses it. Gets the sack and the clock. The Giants take their first.
Rock Cartwright.
Ryan gets the ball and pummels this one deep. Joyce takes it at the 27. Dragged down at the 43.
Delvin Joyce didn't get...
Manning throws a big high lob, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Quincy
Down, one man back. Taylor makes a play on this one and forces the 7-6. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer?
Okay, Dano, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. The Redskins, therefore, find themselves in a tight ball game. Anything can happen in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Antonio Freeman came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. A 68-yard touchdown for the Redskins. The Redskins get the first points of the game and go up by 7. Redskins later on in the second quarter, the ball at their own 8-yard line. Clinton Portis on the carry here as they work the ground game. This is a nice run. Giants midway through the second, Giants down by 7. Tiki Barber is going to bounce this one to the outside. And look at the execution up front. He's in the clear. They climb back into the game, now down by 1. Giants late in the second quarter, well-dressed Amani Toomer is going to come up with a big play here in a deep ball. Have a look. And that's where we'll leave this one. Skins are holding on to a lead, 7-6. And now let's check out the undisputed halftime hero of the first half. Antonio Freeman has been unstoppable. So that does it for...
Taylor tips it away on the coverage, incomplete. That will bring up 4th down. Williams tips it away on the coverage, incomplete. 4th down coming up. Shockey hauls in the pass and gets past the markers for a 1st down. Daniels sacks him back at the 37.
Philip Daniels.
Manning throws a beauty to the right side, and it's not reeled in. Gardner goes in motion. Stevens passes this one after the play action, and the reception is made past the markers. Peterson makes a play on this and forces the incompletion. Spires gets the sack at the 30. An injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you. Catches the bullet out left, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Inaccuracy up against that team. Normally, they would have shut that down.
Tackled at the 45. Palmer rifles it out left side, and it's caught at the 35. Finally dropped at the 28. That will bring up 1st down. Barber picks up 11 on the play, and that will bring up first down. Palmer throws a heater, and it's intercepted. No one in front of him. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Redskins!
Andre Dyson picks off the ball, and he's going all the way. Nobody can stop him. Man, I hope his mom's got the VCR going.
That touchdown puts a little more distance. Carter takes the catch out to the left and is well past the markers for a first down. Chains.
And let me tell you, Dan, hearing those chains move is one of the best sounds in the game for an offense.
Palmer lobs this one way over the middle, and the reception's made at the 36. Barber gets the call on first down and chews up about 4 on the play. Palmer throws a heater right sideline, and it's incomplete.
LeVar Arrington.
Go. Arrington gets the sack way back at the 30. Palmer throws a high, long one to the right, and it falls incomplete. They will turn the ball over on down. Portis takes his 10th carry of the game and picks up. The Giants take. Portis has his number called. The Giants will take a time 6. Bowen makes a play on this one and forces the... Palmer just rifles this one, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Wideouts in the game. Harris tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. Palmer throws a bullet to the flat, and it falls incomplete to 6. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Redskins stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Not much action early on in the second half, so let's pick it up early in the fourth quarter. Andre Dyson is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. Touchdown for the Redskins. The Giants, after a red zone stop, ball at their own 36. Well-dressed Amani Toomer is going to find an opening in the secondary, and he'll exploit it here. And that's where we'll leave this one. Skins edge out a win, 14-6. Now let's take a sec to chat with our player of the game, the guy who seemed to be all over the field on defense and came up with big play after big play. Andre Dyson is on the field with our Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thanks, Chris. You really hustled today. And you won a close game today. What was the key to your success?
Our D-line came up big today. They were making tackles and putting pressure in the pocket. I'm proud of them. That's how we do it.
Back to you, Chris.
I'm Chris Berman.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Chiefs decisively win by 17 points. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Jets pick up win number 2. The Cardinals drop yet another game and are really struggling on and off the field. Kevin Johnson had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Ravens beat the Browns. Giants, Redskins. Andre Dyson would come up with a huge play here as he was able to pick one off here, then had some clear sailing in front of him. The Redskins go on to win this by the final score of 14-6. On the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay, we had the Packers come away with a 7-point win. Over at Heinz Field, we had the Steelers get squeezed out by 4 points. The Texans' defense pummeled their way to 5 sacks in their win at Qualcomm Stadium. The Eagles won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Seahawks. The Reverend Isaac Bruce had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Titans pick up their 6th win of the year. Ace, Deuce, and plenty of use McAllister had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Saints beat the Seahawks. In the Queen City, Cincinnati, we had the Bengals come away with a 7-point win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Larry Triplett is probably the one that most leaps out at you. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Brandon Lloyd sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. Doctors at the hospital reported finding a broken vertebra in his back, and needless to say, he'll be out for 9 weeks. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Derek Brooks will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
And in our final game, we had the Bills come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.